Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. The next video you're about to watch is a very, very sickening video. It's horrifying, to say the least. It's horrifying. And I'm going to play it. I have highlighted what you all know. Section 34 of the Nigerian Constitution. I'm going to highlight that for you. Certainly. Let's read that here. These boys here, you have the right to freedom of expression for starters. In fact, I'm going to do something. Let me go and read to you freedom of expression. Every person should be entitled to his personal liberty, and no person shall be deprived of such liberty, save in the following cases, i.e., execution of a court of law, failure to comply with court order, beginning order to court for the purpose of bringing him before a court. But that's not even really relevant. I'm going to section 39. Let me go to section 39. Section 39 it explains it a lot more. So now, every person, I'm going to read this to you. Every person shall be entitled to freedom of expression, including freedom to hold and form opinions and to receive and impart ideas and information without interference. Now, this young man, because Buhari has gone to UK to get health care that he has failed to provide for citizens, and that's among other things, and the lack of insecurity and the lack of job for these youths, they rightfully decided to say Buhari must go. They said the Buhari must go, and there's some kids, some youths in some youths who are Buharists in Kogi decided to take the law into their own hands. And I'm going to read to you why they are wrong. And that's why you cannot support one Nigeria anymore. Cannot. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to be bringing. I'll be bringing this now. Watch this. Section 34(1). Every individual is entitled to respect for the dignity of his person, and accordingly, no person shall be subject to torture or inhuman or degrading treatment. No person shall be held in slavery or servitude, and no person shall be required to perform forced compulsory labor. This is what it says in the Nigerian Constitution. This is why we are coming. That's why we're saying we are dismantling contraption of Nigeria. That it's a contraption. That's what it says. And even that, these youths here who have decided to take the law into their own hands and mistreat their fellow citizens in this manner shows that we should not be part of that contraption called Nigeria. I'm about to play the video. It's quite harrowing and it's sickening, but watch it. It's important that we understand why we are going for Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation, and Middle Belt nations. This is the reason why. Listen to this.
This guy is talking now. You know that you're not supposed to do vocal projection. Open your mouth. I now know.
You see, he's being hit they're beating them with whips, and that is a degrading treatment, torture. This goes specifically what those youths are doing. They should be arrested by the government, but you know what? They won't. That is exactly the point. That is why we must dismantle contraption Nigeria. The fact, you see, look at the grimace on his face. Look at the grimace on his face as he's been hit with the whip. And that is a section, it goes against section 34A of the Nigerian Constitution. It says, no person shall be subject to torture or inhuman or degrading treatment. Listen on, let's listen on. See?
No, you're not supposed to. I now know better.
See? They are hitting them with whip all the time.
I now know better.
You see?
I now know better.
You see?
I now know better.
You see?
We, the youth of Kogi, are going to deal with these guys.
And who has given them the right to deal with them? If anybody does anything wrong, your first job is to take them and hand them to the police. And here's the thing. This is why we keep saying this. If he was a Yoruba, if he was the Fulani that killed a man, you know what we would do as Yoruba people? we will go and hand them to the police, who will promptly release them. These guys have just said Buhari must go, put it on the poster, and they are being dealt with immediately, and they're not being handed to the police. Can you see that we are in two different nations? Can you see that? Kogi is meant to be a Yoruba state. A large part of Yoruba, of Kogi, they've taken away a lot of Yoruba land, and we must take that back. This youth, we need to find out who these people are. And what they are doing here is against the law. They have taken the law into their own hands. And this is why we are saying we can no longer be part of contraption Nigeria. The youth now, because of the Fulani terrorists who are in government, they believe that because if you say anything against Buhari, you have no right. How many times have people said things against Trump and anybody, and even Joe Biden, who's there now? And that is your right to freedom of expression, as laid down in the fraudulent constitution, section 39. And this is why we are going. When you're watching this, every time you see this, you know you are justified to go for Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation, Middle Belt. Every time you watch the treatment that these boys are getting from those who should not be touching them. The most they should do if they disagree was to hand them to the police, not to ill-treat them, not to beat them, not to force them into compulsory labor. And in every single section of that, that's what they did. They broke the law at every single point. They don't even know the law. Those who are now making themselves law. Oh, because you're going to do this, we're going to deal with you. They are breaking the law. But you know what? Because you are in contraption Nigeria, there is no law. This is why we're going for Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation, and Middle Belt Nation. Please share this broadcast. I'll keep playing.
Others will learn. You understand? Next time if they send it.
Look at that. You see? So they got a group of people together. And I'm even thinking some of them might even be scared from what I can see there. Because it's a mob rule. It's a mob rule. No, at no point, those boys, it's funny. If it was, when they caught those Fulani terrorists, they were handed to the police. Can you see that straight away, these guys start taking the law into their own hands? Can you see the big difference? That is why we are going for Yoruba Nation. We're entitled and we will go for it. We don't need to fight anybody. The UN and everybody, the ill treatment of the people. We, the people, must ultimately, as Yoruba people, stand together and break away from contraption Nigeria. Let's go on.
Anyway, you will not come to position again.
You see, oh, Buhari is whatever. Buhari is not giving you healthcare. He's taking your money, the money meant for fixing your healthcare, coming to the audio president, coming to UK, in one of the most exclusive hospitals in the country, in the UK, to get healthcare. I've been there. I've not been able to see him, but it won't surprise me if that's where he is. If the audio one that is. Watch on.
You
see? You see?
Therefore, you clean it with your hands. I'm sure we are going to deal.
You see? At no point should they deal with them. If it was a Yoruba man that said we are going to deal with you, if it was a Yoruba man in Oyo State, in Ekiti, that said that about Fulani, they would say, no, you can't. You need to hand them to the police. But you can see, instead of handing these boys to the police, they start beating them. That's the difference. In Yoruba land, we comply with the rule of law. In Fulani land, they believe they are the rule of law. Big difference. Let me say that again slowly in case you misunderstand me. In Yoruba land, when we see the rule of law, we comply with it. The Fulanis believe that they are the rule of law. Whatever they say goes and everybody else has to bow. We no longer want to be part of that contraption on that basis. That's why. Watch on.
You guys must come out before you are going to face the law.
So they've made them. Can you hear him? He said you are going to face the law. And they've made themselves the law. But we don't make ourselves the law. We hand the people back to the law when they kill our own people. These boys, what have they done? They've expressed, it's a freedom of expression to express how they feel about the governance that has failed them. And we, at this point, we're saying send the audio president back to contractual Nigeria to enjoy the same healthcare that is has denied the people. He needs to go and enjoy the same healthcare. The one is failed to provide, he should go and enjoy it. He shouldn't be in the UK enjoying their healthcare. And we will not stop. The audio president, we know he's not the real one. We know something is not right in this situation here. How come for the last 3 years, audio president has not been receiving healthcare? Now suddenly he's in UK. They're trying to tell us a story that is not there. It's a ruse. But, let's not fall for it. Let's carry on.
As a Nigerian, you must face the law.
As a Nigerian, you must face the law. Now, and are they facing the law? By what they're doing, they should face the law, but they won't, because Nigeria is a lawless nation ruled by Fulanis that believe that they are the law. And everybody else will comply to the law they choose at their own time. This is why we are going for Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation, and Middle Belt. Watch closely.
For you to cross your state and come to another somebody's state, you are going to pay.
See? Yeah, so to cross, so now a Fulani man can cross, and can you see what is going on? The way he's talking, he's a Yoruba man, and that man is not a Yoruba man. So Fulani can go anywhere, do whatever he wants, kill anybody. But the Yoruba man cannot register dissent against the government, and they dealt with it. He's going to face the law. So can you see what I'm saying? Are you seeing what I'm saying? The Fulani believe that they are the law. And we believe that we must comply with the law. But the Fulani don't believe that they have to comply with the law. They believe they are the law. In that situation, let them be the law in the north. We are going. We are living on the basis of that. Listen on.
Sure.
You see?
Look at your hair.
You see?
You're not doubting.
Who gives him the right to talk about his hair? There is something called freedom of expression in section 39, I keep telling you. And this man believes, he makes himself the law. This is Sharia law we're going into. You are looking at Sharia law. You are looking at Sharia law on display from this young man. He has no right to question the young man about his hair. If we are in a democracy, this is why I keep telling you this illusion. We are not in a democracy. It's an illusion. That's why we need to break from contractual Nigeria. Watch on.
What will make you to go out of your state and come to another state?
So the Fulanis can go out of their state. They can go to any state. Nobody will stop them. They can kill. Nobody will stop them. They are handed to the police, and the police release them. Can you see that you see the Fulanis, they believe that they have priority above everybody else. They are the true Nigerians. We are the slaves. Are you listening to this word? Listen to how he's talking now. You see?
Who told you Kogi is not for Buhari?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Who told you Kogi is not for Buhari? So you have the right to speak for all of Kogi. And they haven't got the right to speak. Can you see that? Can you see? Can you hear that? You're not speaking for all of the Kogi youths at all. It's not your right. Self-expression. Those kids, they've just spoken. And now force you to tell, oh, they come across from another state. No. They are part of that state. This is why we're going for Yoruba Nation. Evidence all over the place. Watch on.
That is why we are not going to accommodate you guys.
You see?
So start cleaning.
You see? We're going to deal with it. What they're doing there right there is something called performing. No person shall be required to perform forced or compulsory labor. And what they're being forced to do now is compulsory labor. And again, remember, they are not the law. They are not police. They are not army. What they should have done was we decide, okay, if we are going to hand you to the police. But you see what they're doing. They start telling this is against the Constitution. This is expressly against the Constitution. But watch on. See, on 2 counts, the degrading treatment, the whipping of them is against the Constitution. The compulsory labor is against the Constitution. The wrongful arrest, the illegal treatment, passing down judgment It's against the constitution. On all counts, those people who are deciding to beat up and mistreat this youth here, who are speaking, who are expressing their self-expression, who have the right to self-expression if we're in a democracy. On all accounts, those who are doing this, they should be arrested. But you know what? They are Fulani. They won't be arrested. That is the point we are making. Yoruba nation must rise. The Fulanis who believe that they're the law unto above everybody else and law unto themselves, they can go and do that in the north if the Hausas will allow them. Because the Hausas, they are beginning to wake up. We don't want them in our land. We don't want the Fulani terrorists, the Fulani killers. We don't want them in our land. They are carried out. What you are seeing is Sharia law. Whatever I say goes, and you can't question me. And this is the demonstration of it. That's why we're going for Yoruba Nation. Watch on.
Who is that guy? Don't waste that pencil. Don't waste the pencil. You can waste that.
You see, look at the way. Can you see the whip? Who gave them the right to whip the fellow citizens? Who gave them the right? Who gave them the right? Who gave them the right? They have no right. Look at the Constitution. That's why I'm putting it in front of you here. As you are looking at him about to whip them, look at the Constitution. Every individual is entitled to respect for the dignity of his person, and accordingly, A, no person shall be subject to torture or to inhuman or degrading treatment. Is this not inhuman or degrading treatment when they're going to about to whip them again? And they've already started at the beginning. Is that not inhuman or degrading treatment? That alone is grounds for us to go for Yoruba Nation, in case you didn't understand. And this is, they are showing signs that they want to go, they're going for the Sharia law. Make decisions and you have no say. They can do that in the north if they want, if the Hausas will allow them to do that in the north. But we in the south, we reject it. The Kogi is Yoruba land. And we need to start making things it's Yoruba land. They are not having this. They're not taking this from us. And we Yorubas must speak up, stand up. This is injustice right here. Injustice. They should hand those boys, they should not touch a hair on them. It is none of their business how the youths wear their hair. None. They have no right. They have the right to freedom of expression. They should not be touching the kids. In fact, they should be the ones that should be arrested. But you know what? That's exactly the point. The Fulanis believe they are the law unto themselves, and that is why we need to break away from them. Listen on.
Who is that kind of difference? See?
You see? They should all be, and those watching, all of them should be arrested because they are actually condoning the beating of a fellow citizen who have rightfully expressed themselves as laid down under Section 39 of the Nigerian Constitution. You have the right to freedom of expression. The governance is bad, and they rightly said Buhari must go. They have not harmed anybody, but they are being harmed by those who are saying they support Buhari. That again is reason why we are going for Yoruba Nation. You have no right to lay a finger on any fellow citizen. You don't have more superior right than anybody else. And in a place where we're not equals, we shouldn't be in the same country. The Fulanis believe they are above everybody else, then they go and live in their own country. They don't come into our land. They are asking for other Fulanis to come into the contraction called Nigeria. On that alone, that is treason. When you are asking people to come in and disregard the rule of entering our nation, to be a citizen in that contraction, you need to have identification. You have to have a paper stating that you are in Nigerian. But when they ask them to come in, they don't ask them anything. They just say, no, you're Nigerian. But the citizens, the Southerners are treated like this. This is why we're going. Watch on. See? They're all waiting. See? You see that? You see that? You see? It's horrifying. You see? Look at the face. That's why we're going for Yoruba Nation. That's why we must go for Yoruba Nation. We need your support. Don't sit on the fence. That's why. The contraption will not even comply with their own constitution. that they imposed on us in the first place. We want no part of this any longer. We're going for Yoruba nation. We're going for Biafra nation. We're going for Middle Belt nation. And nothing on this planet will stop us, because this injustice has gone on long enough. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Again, I can remind you, they have no right to lay a finger on those youths. The youths are justified under Section 39. I'm going to show you. I'll show you. Section 39 of the Nigerian Constitution. You have the right to freedom of expression. Freedom of expression. Every person shall be entitled to freedom of expression, including freedom to hold opinions and receive and impart ideas and information without interference. This is interference. And this is against what they are doing by beating them is interference. And not only that, they're now going further than that. And they are meting out inhuman treatment. That's why we are going for Yoruba nation. That's why we're going for Biafra nation. That's why we're going for Middle Belt. This is horrifying to watch. But because we need to make a point, those of you that tell us that you believe in one Nigeria, this is your one Nigeria. Every time you think of one Nigeria, this is what one Nigeria does. This is what does. The one Nigeria, they will not comply with the constitution. Those who are telling you that they believe in one Nigeria, they don't comply with the Nigerian constitution. Did you hear me? Let me say that again slowly. Those who believe in one Nigeria, who say they believe in it, the Fulanis, they don't comply with the very constitution that they forced on us. And yet you want us to be in one Nigeria. Get real. Get real. Did you hear me? Get real. Wake up. Wake up. You hear me? Look me well for the eye. Wake up. The very people, the Fulanis who tell you they believe in one Nigeria, they do not believe in your constitution. You know why? Your constitution is written in English. They are going for Sharia law. Don't take my word for it. The Abuja Declaration, 1990, they wrote that everything would be, all of the ministerial role, all of the major roles would be for Fulanis. And finally, the final nail in the coffin of that contraption, if you stay in it, they will make the entire place a sultanate. And a sultanate means that your English will not be tolerated. Your English qualifications, your English, they're going to eradicate English language. Whilst you are busy talking about one Nigeria. Now, the question is not about, the language is not an issue for me. It's the freedom of expression of the people. The people will decide. If we don't want that in the South, then we don't want it. This is an imposition. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's different. That's why we must never relent in going for Yoruba nation. Never. Watch on. I apologize to these youths for showing this video. I don't, because it is inhuman treatment. Look at that. See? Look at that. It's horrifying. See? I mean, look, see, look at that. See, they have no right to do this. They should be handed to the police. They have no right. They have no legal basis upon which they should be handing out justice like this. They should be arrested. Those people there, the man in the blue, the man at the top who was talking, all of them should be arrested. But we know in a lawless contraption, the Fulani sultanate, there's no law. The law they want is Sharia. That's it. And we're saying it. So we resist all the way on Yoruba land. It's Yoruba land. You will not be doing this on Yoruba land. That's why we're going for it. You will not be doing this. You will comply with Yoruba law, our own constitution that we will draw up. You will comply. You will comply. This is injustice. This is degrading and inhuman treatment as laid down in the same constitution that you forced on us. Every Fulani man should listen what this. Make them understand that this is what we're talking about. They failed to comply with the constitution. And look at that. You have no right to stop somebody from expressing their own opinions, as it is guaranteed in that foreign constitution. That's where we're going. Watch on. See that? You see, so they tied them together so they won't be able to move, and they should be arrested. And all of that guy there should be arrested. We need to know his name. We should be saying he should be arrested because he failed to. He doesn't. I can guarantee you, he will not know the Constitution. I guarantee you, he would. None of them will know this Constitution. None of them. None of them. But then they say, "Oh, Buhari, they support Buhari," and this is the problem. That's why we're going for Yoruba Nation. That's the point. There's no point talking to people that they believe that they are above the law. You see? You see that? You see that? You see? Say, oh, if anybody tell you Kogi, you Kogi. No, you see that? And we don't know what will happen to them afterwards. We don't know. We don't know what will happen to them afterwards. We don't know. But what we do know is that this man here is the one that's actually controlling all of what's going on. And they should not. These men have done nothing wrong. They have the right to self-expression, like I said, under Section 39 of the Nigerian Constitution. Section 39 guarantees them the right to freedom of expression. And they expressed their own opinion. They did not harm anybody. They did not hurt anyone. And yet these people have hurt them. And then they'll come and tell you, oh, you've abused Prophet Muhammad. We blaspheme. And these guys, can you see the hypocrisy? Can you see the hypocrisy of it? These guys spoke and expressed themselves because of the bad governance that has stopped them from working, stopped them from having light, 24/7 electricity, stopped them from having good roads, hospitals, bridges, schools, safety. They complain against it, rightfully so. And what happens? They get treated like slaves in their own land. Ladies and gentlemen, when you get this podcast, make sure you share it. If this doesn't hurt you inside, I don't know what else will wake you up. Because those two young men did nothing wrong. These men here, every single one of them that laid their hands on them should be in jail, arrested right now. But we know that in contraction Nigeria, if you're a Fulani, you get out, you do whatever you want, you kill anybody, nothing will happen. But if you're a Yoruba man, Igbo man, a Middle Beltan, oh, you're a slave in their eyes. I remind you, that's why we are going for Yoruba Nation. That's why we're going for Biafra Nation. And that's why we will go for Middle Belt. We are hearing that Middle Belt youths are beginning to rise up against the Fulanis as well. Because this is injustice. The Fulanis want to dominate and run everything. All of the positions, everything. Enough of this nonsense. We must go for Yoruba Nation. The time is now. They must give us we must have a referendum. The people of the South we must go for referendum, self-determination, and the awareness is getting stronger every day. And we're not going to relent. We will not relent. This is injustice that you see right here. And ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please, when you see this podcast, share, and share. Thank you for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you.